Coming up on this weekend's broadcast, in one of the biggest indoor farm meetings of the winter, a hot topic was energy. Hello everyone, welcome to this weekend's broadcast. Mr. Mike Pearson will be along in just a few minutes, sharing some comments about these interesting markets that we're watching. There are so many things on the radar screen right now for the people of agriculture, and among those, energy. It's a hot topic by all means for all of us, and the president of the American Farm Bureau, ZIPPY DUVALL, spent a few minutes with us talking about energy and his call on the White House to ramp up domestic energy production.
Well, as I travel the country, one of the first things I hear about is what it's costing us to plant this crop and be able to look forward to harvesting in the fall. And not only is it expensive to fertilize and seed and all those inputs, but the cost of energy is just going to be devastating to American agriculture. But it touches every American. When they got up this morning to go to work, they had to pay a higher price. And we have come from being energy independent, and agriculture played a huge role in that, in our biofuels and renewable fuels. And now we need to go back to that thought, that process, and open things back up and be energy independent again so that we can be able to do our business, be able to afford it.
I noticed you copied on your letter a number of cabinet officers, including the Agriculture Secretary, the Interior Secretary, Energy Secretary, I believe also the EPA Administrator. Do you think that they could perhaps convince the president that this is the direction to go? Why did you copy them?
Well, that was exactly the reason I wanted to do that. I wanted to make sure that his cabinet members was pushing him to do the right thing. This is the right thing under the circumstances that we exist under, with what's going on around the world and what's going on with the economy. We need to make this is one place where they can turn a switch, turn things back on, and let's get it rolling again.
Someone might say, why is action needed by the president? Why can't the private sector just ramp up production?
Well, for the same reason the president's the one that slowed it down and took us from energy independence to depending on other countries again. And he can reverse that again, just like other administrations have in the past.
Is that a regulatory thing? Is that how we've ramped down production? The regulations have really forced refineries to shut down, halted construction of pipelines? What is it?
I think that's part of it, and I think part of it's just a shift in the thought of the parties that are in control today, going from being energy independent and trying to protect the climate, and us doing our part as a country and moving away from those energy resources. But I think this should shake their world. When I was coming in last night from the airport late, I was seeing $4 and I think it was 30 or 40 cents a gallon for gas. Can you imagine what that does, not just to a farmer and all the fuel that we use, but what it does to a family out there that's just getting up and going to work and going to school? It's devastating to the economy. It's devastating for every American family, especially the farmer and rancher.
There is some opportunity at this moment in time, is there not, for the biofuel sector of agriculture to really step up here?
I think this is a great opportunity for us to really continue to show our value and boost it. I tell this story about how the country asked us to play a role in becoming energy independent, and we changed the way we did business on our farms to really answer that call and help America be that energy independent. So, and we answered it in a big way. About a third of our crop goes to renewable fuels, and there's a whole infrastructure in our rural communities around the production of that. And our country needs to stand behind our farmers and ranchers and our rural communities that made that commitment and answered the call of the American people.
Not too many years ago, when we had a strong rally in the grain market, there was that food versus fuel debate that popped up in the media. Do you anticipate that could happen again?
I think we'll get a little bit of that. I'm a poultry producer and grow under a integrator's contract, and I remember when corn got close to $8, and they're saying, well, we can go get it somewhere else and bring it here cheaper than we can buy American corn. And they were pushing us to say something to Congress about the cost of corn and producing fuel versus feeding the animals. And I remember all that debate. So I think that debate will come back, but I think also that we're a lot more prepared for that and understand it better. That no, yeah, that might be a piece of it, but it's not the whole problem.
ZIPPY DUVALL says farm organizations such as his are working closer together right now. He says they don't need to be out on that track alone. As he put it, we don't need credit for getting something done. Let's just work together and get it done.